Hey, BSdiscover, how you doing? I got a subject today I know many of you probably experienced or is or have or were experiencing. That is jealousy. Jealousy. A word that sounds possessive, jealousy. Yet it doesn't possess you. Jealousy is the main thing that causes people to change the way they think about life and the things they've been taught in life. Especially if you're an individual who has achieved many things and you come across individuals who are jealous of your achievements. And what we are learning, and a lot of you chosen ones probably looking at me right now, that people get jealous when they don't understand why you receive so much attention. And the attention isn't attention you asked for. I didn't ask for this attention. But it happens because people are noticing that wherever you are, there's some type of change. And you could be in a negative area or in a negative position, but there's something that's going to make it positive. And a lot of people try to figure, well, how did she walk out of that or he walk out of that? And nobody questioned why he or she was there. Well, as chosen ones, a lot of people are learning that because we like to help, we like to also teach you the lessons that we have learned, or the lessons that we have learned in ways that were able to reach us from other individuals. Because a lot of the things that you see that we go through, and you wonder, oh my, how did he or she make it through? How is it possible that he or she doesn't hate the people who put them through? But as chosen ones, you begin to evaluate each situation. And in each situation, you know you refining yourself. You're going to a different level. And that level is only a level of change. But the level of change, you are going to be able to spark life in a lot of other people. So that's why you are chosen. You're not going to fall short. And what I mean by fall short, I mean by you're not going to give up. You're going to keep going no matter the situation. You know one day you're going to get out of that situation. And some of us, like myself, we've been blessed to have several positions, even by other people, overhead positions. And in that particular situation caused a lot of issues for me. People began to be jealous. People that knew the person who was well known also. But then you stepped in. Who are you? And them people took you through. And the friends that they knew. And the businesses that they knew. And the people that you knew began to question what's going on. You know, why are they not acceptable to the blessing that you receive, or to you moving to a higher level, to doing better? Because if I had to move up, that means that person moved up too. That person wasn't denouncing anyway. That person moved forward. However, what we are learning that there are people, and a lot of us are trying to figure this out as chosen people. We know about the secret society of people who group together to make things happen for themselves. But what we are learning that is not just the people, it's the people and what they believe in. And if your belief or what they want to happen for themselves and others around them is not what you want to create, then they're going to give you a hard time. And you'll be shocked, and it's going to hurt you, not physically, not mentally, but it's going to touch you to see that people could be so naive and also do evil acts to cause you to even go even further on a fight to survive. And you was already given all the recommendations. You was already given all the possibilities of growth right here in your hand. But the minute you was given it, what you didn't realize, that where you were, people was not accepted to seeing you have that position. And they did everything. I mean, they brought their families, their friends in, their children in, especially if they're teenagers. Or maybe those were the people who came at you, who knew this individual, and they came at you from a different direction with a purpose of bringing you down. The first thing that we begin to learn, the first thing they're always going to do is talk about you. And people, we've been talking about spells and curses. Well, when you talk about somebody and you have people looking at them in some type of way, like they're no good, they need to question who you are, what you're doing, no different from anybody else. That is a curse. You actually put a curse on that person. Because that person got to walk around with this curse on them just by looking at them because of what you said. To demean a person for what purpose? That person has nothing to do with you. You don't interact in any way. The only thing it can be, the only thing that we arrive to is the jealousy. People don't want to see you do better than them. Get to a different place. Even accomplish your goals, your dreams. It could be anybody, but it can't be you. That's a curse. That, my dear, is a curse. And we had to come together and think of ways to fight off the curse. How can I fight off a curse if somebody's saying something about me, they wondering if it's true or not, and it may look true. You got some people who've been in positions to make things look like somebody did something who didn't do anything. And I can say that because I'm one, and there's probably several of you. You're walking to the store. Somebody stopped you for a second. They ask you for some money. You give them money. Now that person had somebody else with a phone watching you, but when they told everybody it wasn't money, it was something else that they say you was giving this individual. How would you feel? What about if they said it was drugs? And then you find yourself in positions Where people will try to set you up to look some type of way. They'll send other people your way. Like, let's say you want to talk to somebody or date somebody. They'll send somebody your way to set you up to make it look like you don't care about that person. You only want to be with that person to get what you want. You're a user. You only know how to use. These are the curses that people are going through now. You never use them. You don't even know how it is used. And the greatest curse that I'm going to bring to you today is hate. People have done things to me. I learned from it. And if I've done something to you, then you learn from it. But what actions have you done to make sure you improve what you learned, if it was negative? Because you don't really know the situation. You really don't know why this happened. So there they go, putting the curse in somebody's ear without knowing why that took place. Why did he or she leave that relationship early? Why did they wait it so long? Putting a curse on it, making people seem like you don't got it together. When all the time, back in the days, people used to fall in love. People don't love nowadays no more. They either love him for money or fame. People don't know how to love. Money is a curse. When you use it to where it just fills your heart and you don't think about another individual receiving a paycheck. Hate. So you are willing to talk about that person, rumor about that person, make it seem that person ain't about nothing. Whatever you see, it doesn't mean that this person isn't following through on what they need to follow through. Now let's say I'm on not a diet, but I'm watching my weight, or I have to watch my weight. So I'm eating what I want to eat. But let's say I snuck a cake and some ice cream in. Now you saw when I ate the cake and ice cream, but you didn't see when I ate the food. So I decided to have the food, and rather than have another food, because I'm trying to watch my weight, another plate of food, I got what I wanted. I'm still going to add the calories in, but the fight won't be as much when it comes to burning them off. If I would have added the plate along with the cake and the ice cream. But in the meantime, there you go. That person just want to eat cake. They don't want to eat no food. They're not taking care of themselves. And then you run that rumor, and then that person will walk somewhere, and then everybody's talking how that person don't eat right. And they put a curse on you because they got everybody looking at you now. Jealousy, hate. Jealousy is a part of hate. You have to be jealous to hate, because hate is not understanding. Because if I have understanding, I don't know hate, because I'm trying to understand what's going on. And part of it is none of my business, nor your business, what a person does. So what? They eat like that. So what? They sleep like that. So what? They walk like that. So what? They talk like that. Just like what people don't understand, like I was reading a book earlier, and I stated it earlier in one of my videos, I don't know why I'm learning this. Why am I taking all this in when I'm not going to use it? But you do end up using it. But then somebody else may see you and they'd be so quick to say, well, let's see. I saw her earlier. She was doing this. I think I made good progress today.
What am I doing? She thinks she's so important. But I'm just focused. Let's talk about it. Okay, well, I feel like we can sort this out.
She was doing something that she said she did earlier that she told us that she was doing. However, in doing it and making the performance is whatever I thought I didn't need it, that I was telling people, oh, earlier that I didn't need, and other people was watching to say earlier, did she need it or did she didn't? Guess what? I needed it. Because whatever was taught to me, eventually I would need it. But at what point or what level of life would I need it? You can learn something 5 years earlier before you actually put it in your hand and use it. But in the meantime, you got people gossiping. They don't know what they're doing. They ain't doing nothing. And all you trying to do is build yourself up to another level. The greatest one is, they're not doing anything. They can't do nothing. They can't spend no money. They can't go nowhere. You can always go somewhere. It doesn't cost money to go anywhere. You can walk any place. I've walked many places and people have paid my way. But what frame of mind are you in? You're in the change. And while you're in that change, guess what? Jealousy is right behind you. And sometimes it walks up right next to you. Especially when you're closer to achieving the things you want to achieve. So you find yourself cutting people off. You find yourself being alone. In the meantime, guess what? More curse, more rumors. Oh, I think he or she think they too good for us. Too good to be around us. When there's nothing like that. You're just trying to what? Be focused on what you want to do. And sometimes when you focus on what you want to do, the things you used to do, you do less. And the things that you focus on, you're doing more. That's how you get to the next level. Right before this video, I wanted to see a movie. I'm not a TV person. In my life span, I really didn't care for TV that much. When I was younger, maybe. But now, I don't. But in my situation, if I had nothing to do, I watched TV. But since I'm building myself up, I turned to a show, I was like, there's no interest anymore. That means the greater part in me, regardless of the jealousy that's been around because I stood focused and didn't allow it to tear me down. That's why I'm trying to tell you right now, it's the curse people talking about you. Don't let it tear you down. People saying, oh, she ain't got a job, he ain't got a job. You know why? Because you need to be settled to learn what you have to learn. And you may have to go through some stuff. But it don't mean you ain't you. It don't mean you can't accomplish your goals. So when I was about to turn to watch the movie, my head was saying, no, I was turning it. No, I don't want to. It's no interest no more. I don't. At one time, it caught my interest because I was doing little. But now that I'm doing much and not much focus on what I want to do, and I'm accomplishing goals and doing what I want to do by learning, and achieving, do you know how it feels when you don't know anything? And you grab the tools and you learn it yourself? Where were the people who was doing the curse? Nowhere around you. They ain't gonna tell nobody what you know. They ain't gonna tell nobody how far you gotten. But they're quick to say what you don't know. Jealousy. And I want you to know it's not that far from hate. I don't know jealousy. I don't know hate. And people have done things, said things to me. I may have said something to let you know I didn't like what you said, but it doesn't bring hate in my heart that I want to come and attack you in a different way. The worst part is when people follow you, or they send people to follow you, waiting to see your flaws. Follow you, watching you 24/7. Because they know you focus on something, and they got to be the first to know so they can turn that around. So they can be in position of making themselves look like they're better than you. And even that word better than you, I can't comprehend it. I know what it means. But when you're a chosen one, you want to see everybody succeed. If I see you down, please, brother, sister, let me bring you up. You ain't got to worry about me talking about you. That's maturity. And the ones who've been in curses, I don't care if they're in a high position, you walk away knowing they're not mature. They can have a master's, a PhD, and everything else. You're not mature because you're acting like a child. That's what children do. Talk about each other and gossip. That jealousy nature. You got a PhD, you got a master. What you got to be jealous of? What do they got to be jealous of? The way somebody look, the way somebody talk, the popularity. You got popularity when you go to what? Alumni. That's your popularity. You're just in a different position. And people don't understand. People don't allow people to be in different positions. And when we begin to recognize this jealousy around us, we begin to recognize positions. Now I know why you pull me out of that position to bring me into another. But you refined me before I got there. You made sure I had all the tools, all the know-hows, and some experiences. When you experience others seeing things, doing things, even trying to get you to do things that you don't want to do. Some people force it on you. You ever had something forced on you that you don't even know what's going on? That's jealousy. That's the new jealousy now. It's going to happen whether you know it or not. Oh, we smart. We going to get around to make sure you don't know what we're doing to you, but we're doing something. And as chosen ones, we can always feel the energy that is trying to come towards us to break us down. And once you know that, that's a growth level. And once you start cutting things off, that's a growth level. And that's what they jealous of. You was able to do that, and you ain't look like you suffered, like you're missing anything. You don't look like it. You don't go out every Friday night. You ain't crying about it. You ain't saying nothing about it. Actually, you ain't mentioned one thing about it. It's not a worry because what I want to do is not my interest. And people begin to make other people think that you think you better than them. No, I'm not. I'm just trying to get through life like anybody else. And that's the funny part. How could you even talk for me? Those words never came out of my mouth. If you would have asked me, I would have told you. But no, you believed the person who was trying to turn you against me and seeing my growth. So I want you to think about what I said. If you somebody who talked about individuals and never knew what you're saying about that person to another person can cause problems for that person when that person walk out the door. Because the way you may react to that person is not the way the other person is going to react. They could be cruel. They could say some things that to make the person feel like I'm nobody, but I'm bigger than that. But I'm just saying. Some people aren't built for it. They're probably not ready for it. For the words that are going to come their way. Some people don't know how to fight it off. And mentally, you're tearing somebody down. And then you wonder why you haven't achieved your goals. I ain't talking about material goals. Anybody can win anything materialistic. I'm talking about them goals that you really have to fight for, that people don't see. Like not being able to fight and deal with people who bring that negative your way. And you could do it silently and they'll never know you're fighting. Remember that old saying, it's not what you do, but how you do it? That is so true. And that comes with the fight. I ain't got to curse at you. I ain't got to call my people and have them meet you in front of the building. I'm always solo. And trust and believe, when the fight comes on, it's somebody else who's handling the business. I ain't got to do it. Are you in tune with what's going on around you? The fight of people with the jealous nature. Kids fighting each other in school. For what? You going to school to get an education. That's something I don't understand. But they fight. It's jealous nature. She don't like her. And then she gonna talk to her to get her to hate her. And then all of a sudden they go, what? To lunch. At the lunch table, everybody's looking at her. They want to fight her over something that was said. I'm saying this so you can teach your children. They ain't got to see the video, but you surely could get them the message. Because if I come to you, I got something to give, and that's knowledge. Because I want knowledge. I want to be fed. It exists. It exists everywhere. Jealousy. With your children, with your family. Family jealous of family. I don't understand. I can't comprehend. I deal with family jealous of family. That's what I'm dealing with. So I separate myself because what are you jealous of? I don't think I'm better than you. If anything, I want to see us all on the same level. That's my dream. And I'm being honest, real with you. I get mad when I don't see my family at a level. And then so be jealousy. Because I'm concerned about you. But are you concerned about me? So I have a lot of reasons to be envy, but in a good way. Because I want to see the best for me and my people. And if they can't get there, I got to get there first so I can get them there. Some people don't know how to comfort without insult. And you wonder, is it jealousy or is it hate? Because the two is not too far apart. And hate is, I don't like what you're doing, so I cannot be with you. A lot of us are like that. We can't be with certain people and certain things. Or your position, you probably can't be with certain people or certain things. That doesn't cause me to hate you. It caused me to separate myself. But some people would say words that is full of hate. Oh, you ain't doing this. Or you should be doing this. Or this how your lifestyle should be. But it's the words they used to prove a point that backslash a person every time. And that's when I tell other people, and that's how other people win them. Because you keep coming at them, but you're not using the right words. Yes, I should be doing this. Yes, I should be doing that. But what are the words you're using to make sure I get there? Are them words going to bring me up? Or are them words going to bring me down? Because if you got the intellect, you know which words to use to keep them around. But are you willing to find the intellect to do it? Or the intellectual means? Either way. But I just wanted to share that with you today and have you think about jealousy. It is ruining lives. It has ruined opportunity. And it has ruined change. I can't change nothing if I don't have the opportunity. If you keep looking at what you see, then try to look at what you can do. But until next time, go out there and BS. Not BS. Discover.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. Yeah, you ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just